to Gaby is Cooking. Today we're going to do a very colorful and wonderful recipe. It's going to have grilled veggies that I am going to show you how to prepare them. And these veggies are going to be paired with a fantastic recipe that contains a white fish. In this case, I am using orange Roughy, but you can replace this fish with any other white fish that you like. The wonderful part of this recipe is that I'm going to be using very little ingredients. I am going to be using lemon and ginger, salt and pepper, and then that's it. All of the ingredients for this recipe are going to be detailed in the description of this video. So take a moment, take a look at them, and let's do it. The first thing that we're going to do today for this recipe is prepare the veggies. The reason is because the fish cooks really fast. So we want to get the veggies in the oven, get them prepared, and while we cook the veggies, we're going to be preparing the fish. The thing that I'm going to show you now is how to get the skin of the squash. Some people actually like to cut the squash with the skin. I don't. It can be a little bit rough. So I am going to show you how to take the skin because it could be a little bit tricky. So you want to make sure that you protect your loved and needed fingers. So that's what we're going to be doing. The veggies are now clean, so I'm going to cut them. And for this recipe, I cut them rather small because the fish that accompanies these vegetables cook rather quickly, so we don't want to take a long time cooking these veggies. So especially the squash, the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, and the carrots, those are going to be cut in smaller pieces. Our starchy veggies are all nice and cut in small pieces, as we said before. To these veggies, we're going to add the onions and the peppers. The onion and the peppers actually take a little bit less to cook, so we're going to cut them a little bit bigger. They actually release the juices, and we just cut them in quarters. The onion just in quarter, and then these small peppers, I am just going to cut them in half. And that's all we're going to do for these peppers. The peppers are the ones that actually release the juices, and as well as the onions. So that's going to be a yummy, yummy combination of flavors. Look how many colors. To this preparation of veggies, we're going to add oregano, we're going to add crushed red pepper, and oil. I do not like to add salt on the recipe because the vegetables have a lot of flavor, so it actually tastes better without the salt. People can add it later if they want to, but for cooking, we do not add salt. We already add the oils to these vegetables, and you can see that it's quite brilliant. It has like a lot of color, and I like to add quite a bit of oil on this recipe because the oil brings the flavor on these vegetables, and in the oven it's going to be nice and crispy. So I would recommend not to be shy on the oil for this recipe. Just put a little bit of oil and it's going to be wonderful. Trust me. Our veggies now are in the cooking pans, and you see how there is like a space in between them because I told you I don't like them too on top of each other. I like one that is kind of like a space, and look how shiny they are because of the oil. I love it. Let's get them in the oven and let's make them all crispy. These are going to go in the oven. The oven is at 350 degrees. So we are going to cook them for about 15-20 minutes until they're crispy. Let's see. We're going to be focusing now on the fish. I love this recipe because it's very simple, it has very few ingredients, and in general people are gonna love it. It's very tasty, super light, so I hope you enjoy it because it's super easy to make. The first thing that I'm gonna do is we're gonna be focusing on the ginger. We're gonna peel the ginger and then we're gonna grate it. We are gonna be peeling the ginger, and the ginger is kind of funky. It has like this shape, so it could be a little bit tricky to peel, which is fine. You know, just have fun with it. Just peel, peel, peel. And let me tell you one thing. It's very hard to gauge how much ginger to put in the recipe. You can just put a little bit more, a little bit less. So it's up to you to decide how much ginger do you want. I like it a little bit gingery, so it's gonna be a little bit of ginger in my recipe. But if you don't like it as much, well, don't put as much. You know, up to you. Make a choice. Our ginger is nice and peeled, and if you look at the root, it has these ends that are kind of like dry, and I do not like those in my recipe, so I cut them. I only use the nice and cut pieces of the ginger. You see, it's nice and cut, and you see the meat there. So for grating it, we can use this big grater that has multiple sizes, and I choose always for this recipe the smaller one, or you can use this little one which will do the same job. So we're just gonna grate it. This is our ginger, and it's like a nice little paste. To this ginger we're going to add the juice of 1 lemon. Our ginger now is going to receive the lemon juice, and we are going to marinate this for a little bit until we prepare the rest of the ingredients. For this recipe, we are going to cut the garlic in small slices. This recipe requires about 2 cloves of garlic, and that's it. Just thin slices of garlic. That's all you need for this recipe. Our fish is going to be cooking in 2 types of fat. It would be butter, or we can use coconut oil. My favorite is, for this recipe, coconut oil, but you can go either way. I usually don't choose oil. I rather do these 2 types of ingredients to cook the fish. We are going to use our special and beautiful coconut oil to cook the garlic. So the coconut oil is going to be warm up, and to this coconut oil we are going to add the garlic cut in little pieces, and we are going to let it sizzle for a little bit. I love the coconut oil because it gives the fish certain fragrance, certain type of softness that is wonderful. If you never try it, I recommend that you actually try it. We are going to cook the garlic until it starts browning. You see how it starts browning? Now we're gonna add the ginger. We are going to add now our ginger. The smell. The ginger and the garlic don't need to be cooking for too long. So we are going to add our fish now to our mixed, our little paste of ginger, lemon, and garlic. We are going to add now the salt and pepper, and we are going to cook it in medium heat for about, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. This fish cooks really fast, so it won't take long. Let's look at our veggies. I bet they're going to be, whoa, look at that. Oh my goodness, they are getting nice and toasty, wonderful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move them a little bit, move them around in such a way that they turn and all the crispiness is on both sides of the veggies. I don't move them too much, you know. You don't need to move them too much, just a little bit. And I guess that in about, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes. And this is the orange Roughy with ginger sauce and lemon and the grilled veggies. I hope you enjoy.